Hate going to the gym? Well, start your own home gym and you'll be able to work out comfortably at your house or garage gym or even your living room. Now I'm gonna go over pieces of equipment that I recommend starting with. Specifically some sandbags. The reason I like sandbags is because they're very functional, right? They're odd objects you'd find maybe in real life. So if you're moving, for example, and you're having to pick up boxes or a variety of items, I like sandbag gear because it helps train for that. So specifically, we're gonna be going over 2 different sandbags. These are great options to start with at your home gym, especially if you don't wanna do dumbbells or kettlebells, or if you wanna add to your home gym and you already have dumbbells and kettlebells, these are some great options. The first option is going to be a sand kettlebell. So the sand kettlebell, it looks like a kettlebell, right? Similar kettlebell shape to a traditional kettlebell, right? So the traditional kettlebell, the handle is set, it is firm. With the sand kettlebell, it's a little more dynamic, right? So it's gonna move a little bit more. With the sand kettlebell, I prefer to do a variety of exercises. One would be kettlebell Russian swings to a shoulder eye level. You could do goblet squats, single arm thrusters. You could do hip thrusts from the floor, single leg deadlifts, a multitude of exercises that you could do with dumbbells or kettlebells, but this is a little different because of the sand. I prefer it. Again, I love sandbag gear and I love sandbag training. So easy access point here at the top, you can just zip this open and then inside there's Velcro, you roll it out, you fill it with sand, roll it back in and then zip it up. But the one thing that I've noticed with the sand kettlebell gear, as I'm moving or as I'm performing those exercises, the handle, like I said, is a little more dynamic, so it moves a little bit more. So that means your body needs to adjust to that extra movement, specifically your core. So first piece of equipment, like I said, is the sand kettlebell. This is 26 pounds. You can utilize this sandbag. I also have a 35 as well. There is a 44 that GoRuck has. If you're new, start with the lighter one, and then eventually over time you can always add to it. But this is a great piece of equipment you guys can incorporate. If you guys are interested in some of the equipment gear, I have a link below. You can also use my code MARGAUX, which is MARGAUX10, and that will give you 10% off your entire order. It doesn't have to be just sandbags, it could be any type of gear. Second piece of equipment, jerry cans. So these are the jerry cans. Think of like traditional jerry cans you may see in the military that are hard and set and square or rectangle, but they're firm, they're not dynamic. This is the jerry can unfilled. I'll show you guys the filled version here in a second. But what I like about it is you have this zipper here that opens up, and this is the Velcro that I was talking about. It has essentially 2 layers of Velcro. I'm not gonna Velcro it all out, but you roll that out and then you separate this Velcro and then you fill the sand in. If you have a partner or a friend that can help you fill the sandbags, it is great. I've done this by myself and it takes a little bit of time, but it is doable. Once you fill it in, you'll wrap it back in, push it in there, and then zip it up. Now, when I filled my sandbag, I actually went to the store, brought my sandbags in, filled it in there, and then I didn't have to worry about carrying the sandbags out. The only negative there is that you don't have a scale, so it's kind of a guesstimate. Obviously, you're going by the sandbag weight. If it's a 50-pound bag and you fill it all the way up, you'll get to that 45 pounds. But also, you can always buy the sandbags, take them home, and then use a weight scale to weigh them. So anyways, this is what it looks like unfilled. These are essentially a 2-pack. I would buy them. They come individually. I would buy 2 so they're even. But if whatever reason you don't get the sandbag and you want just one of these, you can do a lot of exercises with this, and I'll demonstrate that in a second. So those are the jerry cans filled, or unfilled, excuse me. This is what it looks like filled. So try not to hit the mic. So filled, obviously, this is a tiger stripe, not the black ones. So if you want some variety, something different, definitely recommend checking out these. I love them. So this is what it looks like filled. This is probably a little over 45 pounds. But what I like about them is if I'm gonna do jerry can or farmer can holds, right? Essentially I have two in each hand, which I have my second one right here. So I have 2. I can grab the handles, stand up just like any other farmer carry. This will tax your grip a little differently. So again, if you're looking to build out your home gym or add to your home gym, this is a great piece of equipment. So jerry cans, farmer cans, etc. One thing you can do is like a suitcase carry. This is gonna really work your core. So you're trying to fight the weight pulling you down. So this will really train your obliques as well. This is great for unilateral training. Also, if for whatever reason you just want one piece of equipment, I like this because one, it's a little heavier load, so a little more stimulus. Again, work towards your ability, right? If you're still building strength, start with the sand kettlebell. You can do a lot of the jerry can stuff with the sand kettlebell as well. If you want heavier loads, this is a great option. What I've done with the sand jerry can here is I've actually done kind of Russian swings with it. So the weight's a little heavier. The handle is a little still more dynamic, but I'm actually able to do kettlebell swings with the jerry can. Notice that this space and this gap here is more, so it moves more. so your body has to adjust to it a little bit easier, meaning I have to kind of work to compensate for extra movement within that handle. So again, out of all the sandbags, these are just two of the variations that I wanted to show you guys. There also are sand medicine balls, so it looks like a round medicine ball or a round sandbag, but essentially those are perfect to ground to shoulder, but I will save that video for another time. There's also a traditional long sandbag. Love that for deadlifts, shoulder to overhead, sandbag to shoulder, forearm carry, carry on the overhead position, back rack position, or front rack position, but it's a great piece of equipment you can utilize in all aspects. But again, these are the two options we have: sand, kettlebell, and the jerry cans. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop me a comment below. These are the two pieces of equipment I would add into your routine or add to your home gym if you're looking to start one. Already have one established. Again, feel free to use my code Margot10 and I'll give you 10% off your order. If you found this helpful, please share with others, and I'll see you guys soon.